we're shaking things up. Welcome to the Dicecast.
I got my D20 ready, baby.
Oh, well, is it a virtual D20?
Nah, it's a physical D20.
Well, Nate, I'm sorry to tell you that this is a D12-based game.
I'll be back.
Please hold.
Okay, I misspoke earlier. I've got my D12 ready, baby.
All right, ready to party. So, Nate,
Wait. Wait. Preparation check. 3.
Okay. That does not even pass an easy difficulty.
That sounds like my life.
All right, perfect. So, Nate, I'm not really sure how to expect what is going to happen with the RPG segment. I'm envisioning this as some short little mini campaigns that we'll do. Maybe if you even want to like DM back, you could like run a little system. We could just go back and forth or something. But it's possible we'll start playing this because I have zero story plans for at least this first system that we're doing. This is just going to be totally off the cuff, and we'll build the world together as we go. So who knows? Maybe we'll have a grand old time, and we'll get like actually personally invested in whatever this fake storyline is that's going to appear, and we'll play a long time, or maybe we'll just run out of it and we'll switch to a different system. So I don't know. We'll see. Audience, if you want to weigh in on this, I know all 11 of you are listening still at this point. So
that is like a very accurate number, I think.
I know. It's sort of sad. Nate, someday I'll be a famous YouTuber with the Rubas channel, and then I will direct people to the podcast.
Just like Barrage, man. Just siphon that water over to this
just
channel.
Just got to keep it going. Keep it rolling. So, Nate, I'm excited to introduce you to this little one-pager that I literally threw together yesterday that I am affectionately calling Exponential.
Exponential. Wait, excitement check? 3. Sounds okay, but we'll see.
I think you got some weighted dice there, man. Do another roll, just for fun.
Yeah, I weighted my die as a 3. All right, excitement check. 11. Oh, yes. Let's go. It's exponential. I'm getting exponentially more excited.
Yeah. No, Nate. It's exponential.
Exponential. That sounds weird. I don't like that. It makes me uncomfortable.
I'm sorry. Well, what I had typed in as the placeholder for the title while I was designing this, before I knew really what it was going to be, was RPG System 1. So we could go with that if you want.
That gets a 3. I'm not even going to roll. That gets a 3 on my excitement level.
All right, perfect. Well, Nate, let me tell you about this system. This is a simple system because it's a one-pager. You have your little D12. There are 4 difficulties for checks. So an easy is going to be a 4 or higher that you need to get to pass it. A medium is 7 or higher. Hard is 10 or higher. And then there's ludicrous, which is 13 or higher. And you're like, whoa, dude. There's not even a 13 on this die. Well, that's because, Nate, you add modifiers based off of your skills, your stats. There are 5 stats that you will have. Do you have like a piece of paper or document or something open?
I got you.
I did not send you anything. This is for you to keep track of.
I got
you. All right. Your 5 stats. First is deadly.
Okay.
Which deals with any manner of hurting other creatures. You also have smart, which is just going to be anything mind-based, for the most part. There's persuasive, which is going to be any manner of trying to get other people to do something you want, whether that's like bartering or coercing or charming, anything like that. It's all the same.
Persuading.
Yeah, persuading. Then you have nimble, which is going to be the more agile aspects of your character. And strong, which is how strong you are.
Checks out.
Yep. And you can add one other thing. This is not a stat that you roll for specific scenarios. This is literally just your initiative. So you can have a higher initiative level so that you have a better chance of going first in a given scenario.
Okay.
All right. Those are the stats. How this game works is It's very XP based. So every time you fail a check, you get an XP. And the standard difficulty for most checks is going to be medium. That's going to be kind of the basis. But let's say you're trying to get a 7 or higher and you get a 6, well, you get an XP. So you can just keep a little tally or a box or something of how many XP you've collected. XP can be spent in a variety of ways. So you can increase your character's stats. It's going to cost 2 XP to increase any one of your stats. And depending on which class you choose, you're going to have negative stats. Well, all of them have a negative stat and positive stat. So you can increase negative up to 0 and then beyond that point. So again, that costs 2 to increase, with the caveat that you can only upgrade your character in between sessions. So it could be at the beginning of a campaign or at the end or whatever. You have 5 health, and you can increase your health with 4 XP. And then, the other way you can use XP is in the middle of the game. So, you can spend an XP to downgrade the difficulty of a check. So, let's say you're doing something that's really, really hard. You're doing a ludicrous check. You could spend 2 XP to downgrade it to a hard and to a medium.
Okay. Okay.
Not 2 per reduction. It's 1 per reduction. So, it'd be a total of 2. If someone is attacking you, you can also spend an XP to increase the difficulty of the check for the opponent. So if someone's hitting you for a standard or medium, you could spend an XP and make it a hard check for them instead.
Okay.
And thematically, the idea here is that this experience that you're collecting is something that you can sort of employ in the moment, of something that you learn to either make something easier or make it, be more agile, make it harder for someone else to hit you.
But it's still a spendable resource.
It is, yes, spendable. So that's going to be kind of up to you, whether you want to use it in the moment for an instant effect, or save it and just make your character stronger over time, which is also more costly in XP. I'm also hoping that the system is not broken to where you just purposefully do a whole bunch of really hard things just to get a whole bunch of XP. Because hopefully it balances, because if you're doing something hard, there should be some consequence to you failing. But
Right.
we'll see how it works out.
Luck of the roll.
And finally, there's one other thing you can do with XP, which is you can spend 1 to go first without having to make an initiative roll. So if you really want to be first.
Okay.
All right. There are... the weapons are very simple in the game, so whether it's ranged or melee, whatever the thing is going to be, everything is either going to be a basic weapon, which is going to do 1 damage, an advanced weapon can do 2 damage, and a legendary weapon does 3 damage. You will start off with a basic weapon. Default NPCs are all going to have 3 health, so with a basic weapon, you're going to have to successfully hit any creature basically 3 times to destroy them. But before you decide what you want your weapon to be, because it can be anything thematically that you want it to be, if it's going to be a ranged weapon or a close range weapon or whatever, I want to tell you about the classes you get to choose from. So no matter what the class is, there's basically going to be between your 5 stats, a -2, a -1, a 0, a +1, and a +2. So it's basically rounded across the board. So the first class you can be of 5, you can be a Dwayne, which emphasizes strength.
Okay.
And each class has a certain advantage. Advantage is where you roll twice and take the better of the 2 dice in a scenario. If you're a Dwayne, you have advantage when doing anything with rocks.
Okay.
You can also be a Clooney, who emphasizes charm. You have advantage when doing anything near the ocean.
All right, I know exactly what that is based off of.
All right. You can be an Elon, which emphasizes smart. Oh, I realize I said Clooney emphasizes charm. That's going to be persuasive for the actual
right, sure.
stat. Yeah. And Elon has advantage with anything space related. And yes, this is a fantasy game.
Oh, sure.
So it's not futuristic. You can be a Keanu, who emphasizes deadly. You have advantage with anything involving dogs. And finally, you can be a Tony Hawk Pro Skater, who emphasizes nimble, and you have advantage when trying to earn sponsorships.
Okay, I don't know what's going to be exactly happening in this RPG, but trying to earn sponsorships feels like a very situational ability.
You never know, dude. Maybe you go to the local town merchant and you're like, hey, I'll wear some of your merchandise if you pay me, you know?
What was Keanu's? What was his strength in?
Deadly.
Oh yeah, all right. Let's go with Keanu.
Yeah.
Deadly and dogs.
All right. So here are your stats. You have +2 to deadly. You have -1 to smart. You have -2 to persuasive. You have +1 to nimble. And you are at 0 strong.
All right.
So, what is your basic medieval style weapon, Nate?
A dirk.
Ah, okay. That's very Keanu. It works.
It's got, it's for those close-up fights, you just get in and you get nitty and gritty.
Exactly. I like to keep this for close encounters. All right. Well, I guess we're ready to party, Nate. Again, I have zero things prepared for this. Now we just do something. Nate, what is your occupation? What do you do? What is your life?
My life. Keanu with his dirk. He supervises a series of toll bridges. So in this land,
Okay.
there are quite a few toll bridges. As you know, there's so many rivers and streams and all sorts of things. People need to get places,
Naturally.
right? Keanu, he's in charge of all of them, man. He's like an overseer, He started as just like a toll bridge guard, and he worked his way up the ranks, and now he owns basically all of the toll bridges in the entire province.
Dang. That's pretty good. So do you earn an income then from like anytime someone goes through a bridge, like you basically get the toll?
Yeah, basically I get the toll, and then I give meagerly poor wages to all of my toll bridge workers because they're not really doing skilled work. So
Okay, perfect. So this is the land of Delta, because a delta is a derivative of a larger river, right? I
Okay.
think.
Yeah, that
And
sounds
apparently
right.
there's lots of streams in this place, lots of creeks and whatnot. And let's say that there's some commotion going on in this area. There's been talk in local lands of unionization, where supposedly these band of blue-collar workers can gain increased benefits and work as a community. And Nate, you've been hearing whispers, rumblings, rumors. Anyway, you've been hearing some tales that maybe all of your meagerly paid employees are considering banding together in a union. How do you feel about that?
I'm going to burn them all at the stake.
Oh, okay. All right.
Listen, Keanu is deadly, all right? So he's
Yeah,
not
man.
going to take the I'm the sort of person that's like I feel like this is how unions have been dealt with in the past. Kick everyone to the curb, hire different people. There's so many people out there that need money. Just bring in the desperate. Again, it's not skilled
All
work, right? Anybody can stand there and demand a coin. You have to be a little bit like enforceful, and maybe slightly intimidating, but it's not like you're just standing there. You're a glorified thing that takes tolls.
All right. Okay. Well, Nate, what sort of home do you live in?
I live in a veritable mansion.
Wow, dang. Okay. Do you have like manservants or something?
But female and male. I'm not like.
Okay. You have people servants.
Human servants.
Okay.
Yes, who I pay
Perfect.
significantly better than my toll bridge workers because these people are living in my house, and they could sabotage me at any moment. So I keep them happy. All right, they like working for me.
Okay, gotcha. Nate, make a persuasive check.
Oh, but this says -2.
Medium difficulty. Oh.
Do I have any XP right now?
No, you have none.
Okay. 10, baby. So -2, that's an 8.
Oh, dang. Okay. All right. Well, late at night, you hear a little knock at your door in your bedroom.
I go back to sleep. Can't be bothered. They know better.
All right. You hear it again, more insistent this
All
time.
right, fine. I'll get up. I'll groggily get my bunny slippers on and shuffle to the door.
You open the door, and standing there is a manservant named Jer. And Jer, he's a short, bit of a sniveling man. This is your He's not like your butler. He's like the laundry guy, like downstairs, you know. So he works under the butler. He's an under butler who does the laundry. And he looks up at you. He's like, sir, I apologize for the lateness of my intrusion. I did not mean to disturb your deep, necessary slumber. Oh, all hail the great Keanu. May he live a very long time. Sir, I just wanted to let you know that I appreciate all the things you've done for me.
This is taking
me
way too long.
off the street. Oh, I'm sorry. Okay, so
I'm literally falling back
there's a
asleep
plot.
while you're doing this monologue.
They're trying to kill you, sir.
Right to the point with it then, all right.
Yeah, I heard some things from, you know, some of the other staff here who seem to believe that you are not a kind man, and they're trying to kill you.
The staff of whom are
With-
paid well above living wages.
Well, yes, much like me. But there may be a slight possibility that I've been siphoning away some of the funds to some of the other employees, and they think it's your fault, and so now they're trying to kill you.
Wait. Let me get this straight. You've been
Yeah.
siphoning funds to other people who are under my employ. And because of this treacherous action, I am now dealing with unhappy workforce.
Yeah, well, I mean, here's the thing. It wasn't an intentional siphoning away,
Yes,
because
an
as you
accidental
know,
siphon. I'm very familiar.
yes, well, as you know, sir, you appointed me not only the laundryman, but your bookkeeper.
Yes, you are a man of many talents.
Yes, many, many. And, well, here's the thing, is I don't know how to keep books, and I realized that I've been taking a lot more of the money than the other people have been having.
I'm revoking
and
my earlier statement. You are not a man of many talents.
You did appoint me in this position, sir, so, anyway, I just wanted to let you know that that's kind of the situation we're dealing with right now. I can give you
I need
names,
names.
if you want.
Give me names.
You want
Are
names?
any of them dogs?
Okay. Well, there are mainly three of them. It's Henrietta. She's sort of the, you know, she does the talking. She's not the ringleader. She just kind of does the talking for the more silent type. And you of course know that Frank Lanigan is the ringleader, probably, because he's more quiet, but he's kind of intelligent, you know. The DM is definitely writing this down right now so he doesn't forget the names. What did I say? Frank
Lanigan.
Lanigan
And Henrietta.
and Henrietta.
That's two T's on the Henrietta DM.
Yes, indeed. And please don't forget about Jeff.
Yes.
There's also Jeff. He's a bit dumb. He just kind of does what the others want him to do. So, that's all, sir. Thank you for your time. Have a good night.
I definitely lock my door, but I just go back to sleep for now.
Roll a smart check.
It's a nat 12.
What? All right. Well, you hear this time not a knock at the door, but a bit of a jingling. It's a very subtle jingling, jangling, tingling, metallic sound at the door. And you deduce with your mad skills that this is someone trying to break in. Also, I forgot to explain, there are no nat successes or failures here.
So I technically rolled an 11
So-
then, because I still use the modifier.
Yes,
Okay.
that is correct. But as long as you pass the medium 7, you're
Alright,
good to
alright.
go.
I am going to grab my trusty Dirk, who's also named Dirk, and I'm going to climb underneath the bed. Actually, no, that's a terrible idea. That's
Okay.
not a good tactical position to be in. I'm going to go stand. Yes, I have a stand-up wardrobe. I'm going to climb inside of it.
I'm going to assume that you keep your wardrobe doors well greased so that the hinge is not particularly aggressive when you
I'm a
close it.
man of many greases, Cody.
All right. Do make a medium nimble check, though.
That would be a 5.
No, you fail. So, Nate, mark down your first XP, homie.
Ah, yes, I get an XP because I failed. Okay.
Yes, every time you fail. That's how you get your XP.
Okay.
It's the only way you get XP. Okay. The door bursts open. All context and precedent of being sneaky now gone because they heard you trying to be somewhere other than your bed. And 3 fiends burst in. First is Jeff, followed by Henrietta, followed by Frank Lanigan. And they accost you. Respectively, they have a broom, a feather duster, and an oil can.
Why did the stupidest one of all of them bring the best weapon? Jeff.
And it's time to roll initiative, Nate.
I rolled a 9.
I'm just going to roll for them as a group because that's much easier. They got a 5.
Fools.
All right. That means you get to go first, and then, I don't know, they'll just go in the order that they entered.
Who's the biggest of the 3?
It's going to be Jeff. Jeff with the broom.
Yeah, but I think that once one of the other 2 falls, Jeff will crumple like a wet piece of paper. So I'm going to attack Lanigan.
Frank Lanigan, please. That's his last name is not Lanigan. His first name is Frank Lanigan.
I'm going to do a combat roll over the bed and then dive at Frank Lanigan.
Are you diving trying to stab him?
Yes, but not to kill, just to maim. I'm going for the thigh.
So I'll let you do a nimble check first, a medium difficulty.
That would be a 12.
Okay, so you perfectly succeed, and now do your deadly check.
That would be a 10.
All right, you pass both of them. You do your combat roll. Do you say over the bed?
Over the bed and through the bushes. No, yes.
All right.
Right up to Frank Lanigan, and I just shove that dirk in his meaty thigh.
All right. He takes 1 damage, and he has been hurt severely, but he also is psychologically very intimidated. He drops his oil can, and he clutches his leg, and he goes, "Rah!"
I'm going to headbutt him just for extra measure and then whirl around on the other 2.
Whoa there. These other guys got to act now.
Okay.
I'm going to say Frank Lanigan loses his turn because he just got stabbed in the thigh.
His turn was to roll on the ground and say, wah.
Ah! Yep. Well, now Jeff is going to swing his broom at you, and he is going to get a 4.
Aha.
So he definitely fails. He swings, and you adeptly duck and are not hit by the broom. Now Henrietta is going to wield her feather duster menacingly, and she's going to try to tickle you under the nose.
She knows my Achilles heel.
Yeah, she got it too. She misses, and she starts tickling Jeff under the nose with the feather duster, and it is commodious. That's a word, right?
No, I don't think so, but sounds more like a Roman general.
Oh, no, apparently commodious means roomy and comfortable. I was thinking like commotion. Well, your room is commodious. It's your turn again, Nate.
Now I'm gonna headbutt Frank Lanigan just for extra good measure, and then I feel bad for Jeff. I feel like I have a soft spot for Jeff because I came from humble beginnings, and he feels like kind of a nincompoop. So I'm gonna go for Henrietta, but I'm not trying to kill her. I'm just trying to incapacitate her.
Okay, where are you trying to shank her?
No, I'm not trying to draw blood on Henrietta. I'm just gonna put her in a chokehold.
Oh, okay, she's just trying to grab her.
Yeah.
Okay. We'll still call that deadly.
Oh, my chokeholds are deadly. You better believe it.
Yeah, definitely. Since you're trying to not just attack her, but grab her, we're going to call this a hard check, mostly just because I don't want everything to be medium check, and I need an excuse for it to be hard. So this is a hard check, Nate.
All right, hard check. Here we go.
Deadly.
5.
No, you fail. You try to grab her, and she feather dusts you under the chin. Your other Achilles heel, I'm assuming.
Nope, that's just, she got lucky.
Yep, she got you, though, and you miss. Now Henrietta's going to jump in. She's going to take advantage of this, and she's going to slap you upside the face.
This is like the worst fight ever. There's feather dusters, there's slapping. There's just a lot of disrespect in general, I think.
We're going to say that this is a... Oh, well, Nate, you get an XP because you failed. Take your XP.
Yes, I'm a failure.
This is going to be an easy check for her, since she already has... Well, you failed so badly that she only has to get a 4 to pass. Hey, she got a 4. All right, so she slaps you upside the face.
Please don't tell me I take a damage for that.
Very hard. I don't think a slap warrants a damage. But you definitely are thrown off balance and...
Dazed and confused.
well, Jeff is going to take his turn, and then Frank Lanigan and Henrietta are also going to take a turn. So Jeff now is going to wield his broom over you and swing it down upon your head. And he's making also an easy check because you're on the ground. He got a 7. He does impact your head with a broom, and you take 1 damage, Nate.
I refuse to believe that my injuries are at the level of Frank Lanigan's, but that's okay.
It's a very simple HP system. We're going to say, though, that Frank Lanigan is basically out of this since he got shanked in the leg.
Yeah, okay.
He takes bleeding damage. He's down to 1 hit point, but he's not going to continue bleeding. I don't know what he does. He takes some of the grease from his oil can and he puts it over his wound.
He's like, sometimes you gotta flay the wound and salt the flesh.
Yeah, that's what he does. It's back to Henrietta again, though.
I love the idea that I'm like duking it out with a feather duster and a broom, and then Frank Lanigan is in the back corner with a knife in his leg, just like pouring oil and be like, oh yeah, baby.
That's the stuff.
This is what I live for.
I've seen many a thing in my day, but dang it if this isn't the most exciting. Anyway, Henrietta, looking down upon you, points the feather duster and holds it under your nose. She doesn't start doing something. She's just like holding it under your nose. And she takes her turn to accuse you of not paying them enough. And she's like, you, Keanu, he who is wealthy among men and who is the greatest toll bringer in all the land? Can I get a raise, please?
Tell me how much you're being paid currently. And don't lie to me or else I'll put you in another one of my dreaded chokeholds.
No, not the chokehold. That was so intimidating last time. Also, you failed when you tried to do that.
Yeah, but I got XP. It was pretty cool.
That's true. Dang the XP. Anyway, I get paid approximately 1 gold piece a day, because that's an easy number to remember.
Now, have your wages changed?
What?
Have your wages changed? Have you always been paid just 1 gold shilling or whatever denomination you said?
Now that you say it, I used to be paid 2 gold pieces.
And were you happier when you were getting 2 gold pieces?
Well, yes, because it's more money. And money equals happiness.
This is true. Henrietta, do you know a man by the name of Chair?
I don't know a chair. I know a Jer. Is that who you're talking about?
Yes, whatever you call him. I need you to bring me Jer.
What's in it for me? I was asking for a raise.
Henrietta, how many payments have you not received 2 gold coins, but only 1 gold coin?
Well, let me see. 67.
Then there are 67. Wait, what? 67? What the heck? How often am I paying you?
I mean,
is it daily?
It's 1 gold piece a day, so that's, 67 days.
Damn, Henrietta, that's like a lot of gold, though, actually.
Yeah, so am I gonna get, reimbursed? Is this some sort of, innocent bookkeeping mistake, and we just sort of jumped the gun trying to assassinate you in the middle of the night?
Listen, there are no innocent anythings. But I'll tell you what, Henrietta, you are going to be reimbursed entirely 67 gold pieces. But only if you bring me Jer.
Jer, Nate, make a medium persuasion check.
Yeah. Doing the math, it comes out to -1.
Okay. All right, we'll gain an XP, because you have an XP now.
Heck yeah.
Henrietta's like, you're going to have to do better than that, because, interest. Interest from 67 gold pieces in this economy is like 120 gold pieces.
I'm going to put her in a chokehold.
Roll a hard deadly check, because you're still on the ground.
Well, this is a humiliating conversation if I'm still on the ground. Let's reduce that. I'm spending an XP to reduce it to medium.
All right, you got it.
And what stat is this?
Deadly.
Okay. 3. But I get my XP back because I failed.
Wait, did you roll a 1 then?
Yeah, I rolled a 1.
Oh, that sucks. Well, yeah, get your XP back. You try to jump up, and she just sort of bops you in the nose with a feather duster. We're the ones calling the shots here, Keanu.
Henrietta, not gonna lie, this entire situation is kind of humiliating, and if I get out of this alive, I'd appreciate it if you don't relay the events that have taken place in this room to anyone else, because I feel like that'd be really crippling for my reputation.
Let's see. For an additional 30 gold pieces, for a running total of 150, I'd be happy to do that.
Okay, you know what, Henrietta? If you bring me Jer, I'll pay you 145.
Roll an easy persuasive check.
Okay, yeah, right. There's the 10 when I needed it. Perfect.
All right.
Saved me 5 gold
Perfect.
coins.
Oh, 140, you said. I suppose that's reasonable, all things considered. I'll go find Jer. She leaves. Jeff is still standing over you with a broom, though, although he's not really sure what to do at this point.
Jeff, like, what are you doing at this point, my dude?
Well, I don't know.
Jeff, can you...
Yeah?
Do you like competitions? Do you like competing?
What are you trying to sell me on, man?
I'm trying to sell you on. I'll give you 5 entire gold pieces if you go fetch me Jer before Henrietta does.
Wow! But didn't you promise her 140 gold pieces?
What are you talking about? I don't know what you're talking about. Did that happen? Frank, did that happen? I don't remember that happening.
I was standing right.
Make a hard persuasive check.
Hey, 10, baby.
Oh, well, okay. Yeah, I must have made that up or something.
Okay, I'll go find Jer. I actually know where he's at right now, I think.
Awesome. Hey, you know what? Jeff, you're the best, dude.
Ah, that's why they call me Jeff the Best. Bye.
And he leaves. Frank Lanigan is still on the ground.
Frank, you should really stop pouring oil in your leg. I'm pretty sure that's going to cause an infection.
He doesn't say much. This is the quiet guy. He only cried out in pain. He just kind of gets up and hobbles away. He's been beaten soundly. All right. I guess you just kind of sit there for a little bit, waiting, I assume?
I mean, yeah, I'll maybe go oil the hinges of my closet.
Okay, all right. With the oil can that Frank Lanigan left behind? Yeah, with blood all over it, too. Okay. You hear some commotion, like downstairs, a couple of yelps, some screaming. There's a couple of crashes. You hear a dog barking for some reason, because you don't remember having a dog, but you do hear a dog barking. And then after some slipping and sliding and some smashing and some clicking, suddenly appearing at your door is both Jeff and Henrietta, holding Jer between them. And Jeff's like, "Hey, I saw Henrietta trying to get this guy, and I just thought I'd help out. So,
Hey, Jeff.
can I have my 5 gold pieces?"
Jeff, I need you to punch Henrietta in the face.
Okay, roll a medium persuasive check.
Nope. -1.
We'll gain an XP. Henrietta's going to try to punch Jeff in the face. She got a 2. She ends up punching Jer in the face accidentally. But they're there now.
Jer, maybe you can shed a little light on this situation.
I forget what Jer sounds like.
Sniveling.
Sniveling? Dang it, I can't remember. Anyway, Jer kind of sounds something like this.
And, well?
No, that's Jeff.
Was it? Well, was it like this?
I think
No,
so.
I don't
think
I
that's
don't
closer.
I'm terrible remembering the voices. Anything.
Jer kind of sounds like this now. I'm assuming this is how I sounded previously. If the words coming out of my mouth are different, I'm sure you can understand, Keanu, because I just got bopped in the kisser by Henrietta, and was very mean, very cruel. Anyway, folks, unhand me, please. Here's the deal. I am not a clever man. And yet I was made a bookkeeper, so one may question how clever the person is who made me a bookkeeper in the first place. 'Cause, isn't there some sort of, like, old proverb about who follows the fool is, like, more of a fool, or something like that? Again, I'm not a clever man, so I don't really know how it goes, but if this is a money thing, I can repay you.
How?
Oh, I wasn't talking to you, Keanu. I was talking to these other fine folks here.
Here, and he pulls out a very large sack of gold coins from his back pocket. Well, it was like tied to his belt.
I was doing some math earlier. Definitely not meth. I was doing math, and I realized that I was a poor bookkeeper. And it seems like it was something to the tune of about 67 gold pieces.
Yep, that sounds right. Definitely not more than that.
No, definitely not. Well, it was like per employee, though. Here's the deal. I was just sort of collecting all this money. I felt like since it was just sort of an overflow, I would just sort of stack it somewhere, and this seems like a great occasion to bring it out. So here you go.
He's going to roll a medium persuasive check against Henrietta. He gets a 4, so he fails. She snatches up the gold coins, and then she looks at you and she says, "You still owe me a difference of 140 minus 67, however much that is. Jer certainly couldn't tell you what it is, because he's a terrible bookkeeper, but do I get my reimbursement, please?"
No. Absolutely not. In fact, I honestly can't remember why you thought you deserved more than that, but 67 definitely sounds right.
Interest. Also, the additional 30 gold coins, although it's been reduced to 20 now at this point, was to not tell you about beating you to death with a feather duster.
Ah, yes, which you have just done in the presence of Jerry, who was not here earlier, so you just nullified anything that should have been paid for that. You didn't keep up your end of the deal.
Dang it! This is why you are so unfathomably successful and wealthy, as you're so quick on your feet, Keanu. Anyway, 67 gold pieces will do it.
Yes, and you already have them, so you can be on your way now.
Can I still work here?
Only if you finish off Frank Lanigan.
Gosh. Make a hard persuasive check.
9?
Nah, you needed 10.
Ah.
It was so close, though. Since it's a 9, she's like, I just don't want to work here anymore. Bye. And she leaves. And Jer is just kind of standing there awkwardly along with Jeff.
Jer, you're like totally fired. You can follow her.
I'm so sorry. I will be on my way. What do you want me to do with all this extra gold, though?
Yeah, you can just leave that on the floor. Oh, wait, give 5 pieces to, what's his name? Jeff.
All right. Okay. Chink, chink, chink. And he leaves. And Jeff looks very pleased. And Jeff's like,
Hey, man, I actually haven't been getting paid anything the whole time I've been here. So the 5 gold pieces is a real treat. You know what I'm saying? Is there anything I can do for you?
Yeah, I need you to go finish off Frank Lanigan.
Okay, sure, you got it, man. Is this broom okay for that kind of thing?
Take my dirk.
Oh, wow, okay. Thanks. Bye.
Bye, Jeff. You're a real one.
Yeah, you too, man.
and he leaves, and I suppose you roll a smart. We're gonna see how good your ears are via the abilities of smart. Medium check.
It's a 1.
There you go. Free XP for you, man. You don't hear Frank Lanigan get stabbed to death.
Oh, okay. Well, that's fine. I didn't need to.
All right. And I suppose that marks the mediocre, low-quality, weird, random adventure, or at least this episode of it. Who can wait to see what Keanu does next time to deal with the potential unionization of the toll bridge workers after he has thwarted the assassination attempt due to a potentially innocent bookkeeping error that resulted in the unnecessary death of Frank Lanigan. And remember to level up. Well, Nate, that was a thing that we did.
That was the thing. Full of games, more games, and something. The world of Delta.
Yeah.
As long as it exists, we'll see. I guess at least for some more episodes. I need to level up, so.
You do. Unless you want to save all that to make future roles more difficult or easier.
I'm wondering if that's like the better way to go. I don't know. Maybe I'll break your system here, but right now I've got 6 XP and I feel like I can just,
Yeah, you just like make everything an easy check. I don't know, dude. Getting those +1s, making your things better is also good.
It's a resource with multiple uses.
I feel the need to do like another and remember, but that's it. We're done.